What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be picking up some Earth Splinter cards to increase our overall win rate for the upcoming Modern format. This video is focused on the Bronze 1 and Silver 3 League mainly, so it's more for beginners. But with that said, let's hop right into it. So, let's start with the legendaries, as there are a lot of powerful options to choose from. However, most of the Untamed and Dice legendaries are too expensive for most people like me and you. I can't afford to put $500 on one card, and most of you guys can't either, I would assume. So, Queen Mycelia is also kind of expensive, but I believe this card is still way cheaper than it will eventually become, although it could also still go lower in price. But if you have funds for it, I would definitely recommend picking one up, as it does provide armor for your cards, and that's going to make it that much more difficult for melee lineups to defeat yours. Also, when it's paired with Obsidian's magic damage buff, uh, Mycelia's protect ability proves to be quite the force to reckon with. And on top of that, she can also be played in the Little League rule set, making her that much more valuable in my opinion. Although when it comes to her speed, she is pretty slow. And that's really the only downside to her, Queen Mycelia, that I can think of. But this card will definitely help you out with your win rate. Right, Fungus Fiend is up next. However, this would be the first legendary I would grab because it's so versatile. The 0 mana cost allows you to fit this guy pretty much anywhere to act as a kind of meat shield and absorb some damage for your lineup. I believe in the long term, all of the fiends will probably grow in value as well because of that versatility. Let's see, up next we have Spirit Druid Grog. I think this is a great card, however, at the price point, I don't think he's that much of a game changer, and would recommend using your money on other cards. Although the Resurrect ability he possesses can be nice when paired with a tank who has a lot of armor. Because when the tank's revived, it regains that armor. But if the enemy lineup is playing magic, then that resurrect won't matter that much anyway, because it only resurrects with 1 health. So yeah, probably spend your money elsewhere on that one. Up next, Izza the Fanged. I think she has a lot of potential with the sneak and scavenge ability here, and she could definitely be really powerful in Little League matchups, as most of the time monsters in those don't have a lot of health. I do think she kind of falls off with the 1 damage, but still a really good card. Since we will mainly be playing Obsidian though, or like focusing magic damage, and Obsidian gives magic damage, I wouldn't recommend picking this one up unless you just have the extra funds to grab it. Because she can be pretty useful, but like I said, we'll be focusing magic mainly, so she's not top priority for us right now. Jin Bilgeca is super powerful alongside Obsidian, and will be a card you want to have for sure. For 3 mana and 2 magic damage, this card is powerful and versatile, making it a card I would recommend having. Camouflage also allows Bilgeca to avoid sneak attacks for some time, making it more viable. So I would definitely recommend picking one of these up. Moving on to the epics, we have Acid Shooter, which at only 2 mana cost is a very useful card. He can be used as a backline to deal a little more damage and has pretty good speed and health for the mana cost. I think the card is pretty useful given its versatility, meaning that you can play it in a lot of battles, a lot of different battles, and everyone should probably have one in their collection at this price point. Up next, let's see, we got Hunter Jarks. I think this is a pretty powerful snipe card, and it only costs 6 mana, which is kind of the mid-range for mana cost. He does have pretty good damage to take out those annoying magic and range users with snipe. I think this guy can be used in the background, and he can absorb a few hits given his health pool of 6. It's pretty affordable too right now, so I definitely recommend picking one of these up. Up next, we have Grun, and I'm pretty sure this is one of everyone's favorite card due to the high damage and the double strike. He can be used as a tank, has pretty good speed in comparison to most other tanks. I would definitely recommend picking one up at this price point, and while he's cheaper, and he's pretty useful in different role sets such as Super Sneak, Melee Mayhem, and Equal Opportunity. So yeah, that would definitely be one I would recommend. Next is Beatrix Ironhand. Right here we have her. Some pretty good secondary position card. However, I think there are better magic cards that you already have within the starter cards. So I won't be recommending this card for most players. Moving on to the Sorcerer here. I think alongside Obsidian, this card can do a lot of damage even though it's slow, while providing a lot of support for your melee monsters with its rust ability, which reduces enemy armor. I think it's gonna rise in price, and I think it's really useful to help like your melee frontline break through theirs quicker and just allow you to wipe that out fast to get to the next cards and clear them all out. Last but not least of the epics is the Mycelia Headhunter. This card makes a great backline due to its high damage and speed, causing it to evade a lot of sneak attacks. It does have a higher price point though, and its high mana cost makes it kind of situational. So it might not be worth it for most people, but if you have the money for it in the higher mana battles, this card can be pretty useful. All of the common and rare Chaos Legion, Untamed, and Dice cards will already be available as starter cards, except for Orc Sergeant and Mylar Crowley, so I won't be covering those. If you have enough money to purchase Mylar though, he can be a great addition to anyone's collection. However, I would recommend leveling up Obsidian before that, because that will allow you to play higher level monsters if you have them, and this will kind of help separate you from a lot of other beginners, and that will help you reach a higher rating in bronze or silver, whichever one you're playing in, and if you have the power for it, of course. But that's going to cover it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe to support the channel at no cost to you. And thank you all for watching. Have a great day.